everybody? If you've never seen one of these before, you're probably asking yourself, what the heck is it? Well, this is a Keltec Sub 2000. It is a 9mm carbine that takes pistol magazines. Comes in a Beretta version, a Smith & Wesson version, and of course a Glock version, which I have the version that takes the Glock 17 mags. This is a 9mm, but it also comes in 40 caliber as well. All right, so the unique thing about this gun is that it can fold up, and I believe that the length folded up is 16¼ inch long by 7 inches wide, so which makes it super compact and portable. That's pretty cool. Alright, so I've only had this thing for a little while, and I've probably only got about 100 rounds through it, so let's go see how it shoots. And after shooting, I'll kind of tell you guys a little more about this and all the attachments and things that I have on here, so let's go check it out. Alright everybody, we're back inside. That was pretty fun shooting this thing. It's a fun little gun to shoot, man. If nothing else, this gun is just fun to shoot. Alright, so let's do a little recap here. It's a semi-automatic 9mm carbine made by Keltec. They have a Beretta version, a Smith & Wesson version, a Glock version, which this one is. They have a 9mm 40 cal. This is a 9mm. It takes Glock magazines. This happens to be the Glock 17 version, so it accepts Glock 17 mags. Folds up with the trigger guard here, right here, that comes down, and it folds up into a 16¼ inch in length, and then 7-inch wide little package there. Folding and unfolding is super easy. I mean, essentially, you know, just pull down the trigger guard and fold it up. Alright, so first things first, if you're not using an optic on this gun, the sights are pretty low, so you have to get your cheekbone right up against that buffer tube there. And if you're wearing electric ear pro, it's probably not going to happen, so you're going to need some sort of optic, or you're going to need to use the foam earplugs. Alright, so this is a mostly polymer gun. You know, the handguard polymer, pistol grip polymer, even the buttstock is polymer. So it's a very light gun, super light. And so that it's super light without the attachments that I've added. Stock, this thing is about 4 pounds. And this is not a gas system. It's a blowback system, so it gives you a little more recoil than you would expect from a barrel length, as long as that is, but it's not anything that's not manageable. All right, so let's talk about accuracy. This thing is pretty accurate. I haven't had any problems hitting the targets. I was probably 20 yards out shooting, and I've taken it further than that before just to kind of see how far it goes. I think I was about 75 yards, and I don't think that it would have a problem with going out even to 100 yards or even a little bit further than that. I don't think you'd have a problem. Oh, and did I mention that this thing comes stock with a threaded barrel? That's pretty cool. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the attachments that I've added to this thing to make it a little more usable and practical for me. All right, so the first thing that I added is this hand stop right here. It gives me a nice way to index my hand and not have the hand guard on this thing is very slim. I like that, but it just wasn't enough for me to actually grab onto. So this adds a lot of grip, so I can have a nice purchase on there. And the second thing that I really added, and I researched and looked, and you know what, to be honest, I really wasn't going to spend the $100 that it takes to get the swivel mount that goes on there for the optic. And so I started thinking about ways that I could have an optic and still fold this thing up, because if I were to have an optic on there, when I went to go fold this thing up, it would get smashed. Okay, but if you can see right down there, I've got my Vortex Viper, but I've got it on a quick detach mount. So the only thing that I need to do is, when I need to use this thing, unfold it, take that quick detach mount off of there, throw it on top, and we've got a fully functional optic. And obviously it would be a little bit faster, but I'm trying to finagle my hands around the camera here. So, but you can do it pretty quickly and still keep the functionality of folding that gun and having that nice compact stored firearm in your backpack or in your truck or whatever you want to do with it. That's probably the best and cheapest option that I've found. So let's talk a little bit about the trigger. I'll be honest, as far as triggers go, it's not great. The pull is a little hard and kind of springy or mushy, some guys say. The brake is really deep into that pull. It's got a long pull. And the take-up is really springy as well. Is that really a make or break kind of thing? No, probably not, because if I'm going to be pulling this thing out, like if it's in my backpack or my car, it's because I need something a little more accurate, something that's going to stretch out a little bit further, and something that's going to get the job done, besides my pistol, because that's what it's complemented to be paired with, is my pistol. So if this thing's coming out, it's going to be in an emergency situation and be used for that purpose. But other than that, I mean, who cares? This thing is just cool, man. Last but not least, let's talk about price point. It's relatively inexpensive as far as something like this would go, or at least that you would think it would. It actually costs less than one of those. It's under $500 for one of those. And if you go to our buddies at All Seasons Outdoor Supply and you mention North Coast Tactical, you will get 10% off of your purchase there. I picked this thing up from All Seasons Outdoor Supply. I love this thing. That's where I get all my guns. So go hit up Justin at All Seasons Outdoor Supply. Get yourself a nice little discount. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you aren't already a subscriber, consider subscribing to this channel. We do a lot of gun reviews, we do a lot of shooting, we do a lot of cool stuff. So hit that subscribe button, and go ahead and hit that little button with the bell on there so you get all the notifications as well. So thank you guys again for watching. As always, stay humble, stay free, stay safe. We'll see you next time.